Alright, what's going on YouTube? Excellence here, bringing you guys another video back here onto the channel. Alright, today man, we're covering the Dark Aether guide here in Black Ops Cold War, how you guys can get this camo fast, some strategies on what to do, and yeah, let's just get right into it, man. So I managed to do this camo in roughly 3 days. It's really not that difficult since I already had everything leveled up from doing DM Ultra and multiplayer. It was pretty simple to just hop over into zombies and start doing my camos that way. So the time difference for some players is going to be coming from not having some weapons leveled up compared to how having all the weapons leveled up like I had from doing the other camos within multiplayer. But we're going to talk about how you guys can level up your weapons the absolute fastest, along with all the strategies that you guys need to be doing for your critical hit kills and your elites. So if you guys do enjoy this type of content around here, make sure you guys like the video and also subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on so you guys don't miss any future uploads. I'm not a zombies god or guru by any means. This is honestly the first time I've kind of dove into zombies within these Call of Duty games. So this guide is going to be pretty noob friendly since I do consider myself a noob within zombies at least. Starting it off here, I'm going to hop into some class setups and what you should be having on your weapons at least just for the certain drop rates and stuff like that. For me, I like to have equipment increased drop rate just so I can have increased equipment drops. And then I also run the mounted flashlight so I can have increased salvage drop rate. And on your ARs and your SMGs and stuff like that, you're able to upgrade your weapons to allow you to have 8 attachments on it and stuff like that, which does come in handy quite a lot. Also, what you should be using for like all your gun classes here is definitely the Ring of Fire. Have that leveled up to tier 3. I use this for literally every single category except when it came down to the knife. The only thing that I use with the knife is the Aether Shroud. I think that is the best field upgrade that you can use for when you're doing the knife. But other than that, all your primaries and your secondaries and stuff, I did it with the Ring of Fire. Like I said, I'm not a zombies king or guru or whatever, man. So that just shows you how easy it is to really get these camos done, even if you are somewhat of a beginner. I totally understand that there's going to be different skill sets and skill levels of everyone trying to get this camo, since this is pretty much the nicest camo in the game. But even for me, man, I'm pretty average or even considered a noob at zombies. So just use the Ring of Fire and you should be able to get a lot of these challenges like your critical hit kills and stuff like that done relatively quick, man. When it comes to perks, things that I prioritized was Juggernaut, upgrading Jug to level 3, same with Speed Cola and Stamina Up, and then also Deadshot. These 4 perks are basically the only perks that I really use since I am playing this by myself for the most part. I'll get into that in just a second here, but these perks are going to help you get these camos just a lot easier, especially when you do have them tier 3, like I'm sure most of you guys do if you're watching this video. But if you guys are still new to zombies, just getting these crystals here allow you to level up your perks to these next tiers, and they give you different benefits. One that is super important for doing the one strategy that I'm going to show off here is Stamina Up. You're just able to backpedal and strafe around a lot quicker, which is super important when you're doing this one strategy that I'm going to cover within this video. Now I want to put out before we hop into any tips here, I did not do any glitches for this, like any pile up glitches or the modded lobbies that are kind of going around in the community right now, or that I've seen on Reddit and Twitter. This was all done just normally queuing up zombies. I just wanted to put that out there so people can get that in their minds and not kind of feel obligated to go search up glitches, try and get this camo done any quicker. Without further ado, man, we're gonna hop right into the video here, get some tips and tricks going. Let's get right into it. I'm going to have some zombies gameplay playing in the background of me doing these strategies that I'm going to recommend you guys do, just showing off how efficient it actually is. I'm going to briefly touch on the one crucial strat into doing this fast. I am playing on PC, as you guys may or may not know. You guys can probably see the FPS counter in the top left hand of the screen, but I'm also using my PlayStation as a split screen to have more people in my game. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do this and talk about it, and by playing with your other split screens in, it just allows more zombies to spawn at the lower rounds. And in theory, you're getting more kills and more critical hit kills with your guns, getting these challenges done faster. Basically, I was getting at least 1 gold gun a game, and when I say 1 gold gun a game, I'm only going up to around 30-ish. I'm not really going any farther. I'm not going for like around 100. I feel like that is the most efficient way to do it. Just spawn in with your 2 split screens and go up to around 30, and by that time you should have a gun done, and it roughly takes around an hour of like time in real life to actually get this stuff done. I think I recorded this, and I think the recording was somewhere around like 49 or 50 minutes, something like that. Like I said, having the guns leveled up previously from multiplayer was such a huge help, and I know a lot of people don't have the luxury of putting split screens in, but if you do have more than one platform, I highly recommend at least loading at least one player into it. If not, have a friend try and AFK for you. It does help out a lot. Going for this solo will take a lot longer if you're just queuing up solo, but if you're queuing up solo with split screens or at least one AFK player, it does help quite a bit. But I totally understand if you guys don't have that luxury. I'm lucky enough to have this luxury at my disposal, and it does help you get your camos a lot faster. And I'm going to touch on how you can level up your guns the absolute fastest way here in Cold War. Now, I know a lot of zombies players have struggled if you're just playing zombies. leveling up your guns with the XP rates and stuff like that. It is significantly toned down compared to that in multiplayer. So I can totally understand people's frustrations if you're just leveling your guns up in zombies. Unfortunately, you're going to have to play some multiplayer to actually level up these guns the absolute fastest way possible. I would recommend either playing the Nuketown playlist if that is out, or hopping into Fireteam Dirty Bomb and playing that. Fireteam Dirty Bomb does reward more XP just because it does give you more XP per kill in comparison to zombies. I know the XP rate in zombies is significantly toned down, especially if you're playing solo after round 10. You get your most XP from rounds 1 to 10 for your guns and stuff. So if you just want to play zombies, man, you guys can queue up and go from round 1 to 10 over and over and over again. Super tedious, super annoying. Multiplayer is definitely going to be the #1 strat about it, more specifically the Nuketown and the Fireteam Dirty Bomb playlist. And I wanted to make this video right now just because they did announce a double XP event coming up here in Black Ops Cold War for the new year. I just don't know if it's going to be based on level XP or if it's going to be based on your gun XP also. Just keep that in mind. When these double XP events do come around, try and level up as many guns as possible. I've made camo guides in the past about these mastery camos like Damascus and Modern Warfare, and one of those tips in those videos was to just utilize your weekly playlist like Shipment back then. This year it seems to be Nuketown, but utilizing your double XP will be so crucial into getting this camo done fast, so I definitely recommend you guys do that. I'm going to hop into 2 strategies here that you guys can use for these zombies camos and get them done quick. Strat 1 is top knocked. It's not the strategy that I was doing in this video. You're going to see this strategy being used by a lot of high round players, just using the ray gun and stuff like that, just shooting at the 2 spawn places of the actual zombies. I use this for my shotguns, but after I switched to the next strategy, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second, I found the actual second strategy was a little more efficient for my critical hit kills, especially if you're a zombies noob. Even myself, I found myself kind of getting overwhelmed up top knock and going down when I really shouldn't be going down in the earlier rounds. And when I say earlier rounds, I mean kind of 20 to 25 rounds. I know for some players that might be like a really high round, but for me, I still consider that like a really average kind of like low round. And I felt like I could get more out of the games if I was just surviving long enough and not being overwhelmed in certain situations. So that's going to bring me into the strategy 2, which I use for basically all my classes to get this camo done fast. I would just train within the spawn room, as you're going to see me do in this video, using the Ring of Fire and just lining up the critical kills. I would basically always prioritize my critical kills because that would be the last challenge that I would kind of run into here on these guns, that and elites, which I'll touch on in just a second. But using this one strategy where I would just train constantly in the spawn room, lining up my critical kills would get my camos done super fast. Now personally, I think this is the most efficient way that you can do these camos, again, if you're not doing any glitches or mods. And using the co-op strategy that I had mentioned previous in the video, you're able to get your pack-a-punch done relatively early, around round 5 or 6. So if you're doing it correctly, that is, which is super important. You're going to be able to kind of stack the camo challenges on top of each other when it comes to pack-a-punch kills and critical hit kills. They'll kind of get done simultaneously. Maybe only a couple kills here and there will be done separately, like in those early rounds between round 1 to like 5 or whatever, when your gun isn't pack-a-punched. So that's why I am doing this co-op strategy, to allow my guns to get pack-a-punched super early into the game so I can kind of stack challenges, allowing me to get these camos done a lot quicker. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be wondering about the launchers and the knife, specifically about the elite kills. Like I said, with the knife, use Aether Shroud. It's a lot easier than Ring of Fire, at least in my experience, to get your elite kills. What I would do is I'd pick up like a wall gun or like a box weapon, get the boss super weak when he would split into 2, get those super weak, and then finish them off with my knife. It was counting towards my knife or my launcher, vice versa. And if you kill the boss early enough into the round, it will spawn another boss and you're able to farm elites just like that. Now, if you're on the PlayStation, I think you have the playlist called Onslaught, where you're able to kind of farm elites a little more efficiently than those on Xbox and PC. So if you're on PlayStation and all you need is elite kills, maybe try that playlist out. I'm not on PlayStation. Like I said, I'm on PC, so I don't have that luxury at my disposal. So I would have to just kill the boss quick enough into the round to where it would spawn another within the same round, farming elites like that. And after around round 20, you guys can use the combat bow from like the crafting table to hit the boss, get them weak, and then finish them off with your launcher or your knife, whatever one that you're prioritizing, which is why I like using the starting room strat, because you're able to kind of prioritize the boss if needed, compared to the other strat where you're going to see a lot of top round players up top knocked. It's really difficult to kind of prioritize the boss, and if he gets too close, he can hit you and just take off your armor, your health, and then you just get swarmed and overwhelmed. You have to call on chopper gunner and all that stuff, getting into super complicated things, but that's just not efficient when you're going for these camos. Obviously, efficiency is key in the situation when you're going to want to get this stuff done quick. And like I said, this is my personal favorite strategy. I think this is the best strategy that you guys can do to get these camos done fast. Obviously, some players are going to have an easier time doing this camo compared to some other players, right? You're going to have your super good players and maybe some of your newer players. This camo is probably the best camo in the game. They didn't really do a good job on DM Ultra. If you guys want to see my video on DM Ultra, the guide, it's like 20 some odd minutes long. I'll link it in the description below if you guys are just wanting to wonder about that camo. But the Dark Aether camo is a lot easier than the multiplayer camo, and it is just a lot better looking in my opinion. Comparing it to the multiplayer camo, if you have all your guns and stuff leveled up, it is a lot quicker to actually do using these strats. And I kind of wish that I would have figured this out a little bit earlier into this game's lifespan. Instead of doing Dark Matter Ultra, I would have just started Dark Aether right away. Now that I've seen other people have it, and now that I have it myself, it is 100% worth the grind. In case you guys are watching this video curious, or if you guys want to go for it, or if you should start going for it. I know that people are on holidays right now. A lot of people aren't in school, especially with everything going on around the world right now. A lot of people are looking to grind this camo, especially those people that just got the game for Christmas and stuff. So I hope this video is helpful to those players that are grinding this video out, man. I also hope I explained everything good enough, man. I'm really not great at kind of explaining things. If you guys want to see me go into each and every category itself, like shotguns, ARs, and all that stuff, I will make a video specific to each category if there is enough requests on it itself. So let me know down in the comments below, guys. But that's going to do it for the video, man. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I hope it does help. If you guys are brand new, subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on so you guys don't miss any future uploads. I like to upload class setups and tips and tricks videos primarily on Warzone, but I'm getting this camo done so I can use it in Warzone. So if you guys do enjoy content like that, definitely consider subscribing, man. But it's been excellent, man. I'll catch you in the next video, boys. Peace out.